Hey, what's up, y'all? Oh, I'm just eating some steak. My fault. I'm a little messy. Okay. Now, the AR comments, I read them. One guy really ruffled my feathers. He said, "You ignorant? How could you condone selling drugs in your own community? This, that, and the third." He called me ignorant. Ignorant means I'm dumb. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, you're ignorant. First of all, anytime you want to talk so disrespectful to a person that's just speaking his opinion, show me how ignorant you are. I mean, second of all, like I said before, everything blacks and Puerto Ricans do, they criminalize, make it like a criminal act and so terrible, and you're brainwashed. And I'm gonna tell you why I said that. I'm not saying that selling drugs in the community is right. I'm not saying none of that. But before I get into what I was about to say, I'm gonna say this: if your father sold drugs, your grandfather sold drugs, most likely you're gonna sell drugs, and you don't think nothing wrong with it. You understand what I'm saying? Furthermore, if you got a family to feed, if your son's sitting at home where you can't get a job, right? You tried everything to get money, nothing's working. The last option is to sell drugs. You wouldn't do it. If you're telling me you wouldn't sell drugs to feed your son and you ain't no other way to support yourself, you're not a man. And I don't believe nothing else you say, and I don't respect you. Is it right or wrong? Who am I to say? I mean, a person want to get high, I give a person what they want to get high, and I can feed my child. I'm doing it every time if I don't have no other way to get money. Okay. Now back to this. Back to let me show you how ignorant you are. I got steak on my teeth. Right. So, if I ask y'all, what kill more people, heroin or cigarettes? What would y'all say? Huh? If I ask y'all what kill more people, alcohol or heroin, what would y'all say? Cigarettes kill more people every year than World War II. Cigarettes kill more people than suicide, murder, car accidents, drugs put together every year. Cigarettes and alcohol is a $160 billion industry. But it's not criminalized, I mean, because white people sell it. I'm not even going to say white people, the powers that be sell it. I mean, cigarettes kill you way more than anything else. If you don't believe me, Google it. 400 and some thousand people a year. 50,000 people a year die from secondhand smoke. So don't give me that bullshit about AR sold drugs and they killing the community. That shit he doing ain't, drugs not killing the community more than alcohol and cigarettes. But it's not frowned upon because we don't sell it. So before you got to use your brain. Before you call me ignorant, know your facts. So you cool with a Chinese person or somebody having cigarettes in their store, selling it to kids and selling to whoever. But if I sell drugs, oh, I'm the devil. I'm the devil. You know why? They brainwash you to think that. I get life for that. You will get life for selling drugs that kill less people than this person over here selling drugs legally that kill more people. Do that make sense? And I want y'all to Google these facts. Cigarettes kill more people than heroin, crack, all that put together. Period. Secondhand smoke kills 50,000 people a year. That means not only are you doing drugs, your drugs affect people that you're smoking around. But it's not frowned upon because we don't sell it. Let me sell some cigarettes that make it 160 billion. They'll make sure they find a way to make it criminalized. So when you talk to me, you might say I'm ignorant. I might look like a rapper. I might got tattoos on my face. I'm intelligent. I see through all the BS because I don't go by with the masses. I do my own research. You feel what I'm saying? Call me weird. Call me whatever you want to. I've never smoked cigarettes in my life. And I'm not knocking nobody that do. But on average, cigarettes take 10 years off your life. I mean, and alcohol, I was an alcoholic. Terrible alcoholic. It make you mad, it make you drive terribly, make you make worse decisions. Let me tell you what crack do. If anybody out there know the people that smoke crack, how many people do you really know that OD'd off crack? I'm waiting. I know none. Dope is a different thing because of the fentanyl and all stuff like that. But we talking about the drugs that we sell that they give us life in jail for. They're not really killing people like crack. Don't really. The heroin is a different thing. But heroin don't kill nowhere near as much as cigarettes or alcohol. Alcohol kill 80,000 people a year. Then you go to heroin, that numbers go down to like 40,000. So it's about half of it. So when you talk to me about he's killing the community, what you think cigarettes and alcohol is doing? It's doing even more dangerous. More dangerous to the community than what he did. But of course, it's not frowned upon. Okay? So when you talk to me, right, know what you're talking about. You're like, oh, cigarettes ain't nothing. You think they ain't nothing. You know why? They don't really talk about it because they want to make the money from it. They're not going to show you people that's dying. Do you know that cigarette companies have to pay for the ads against cigarettes? That's part of the law. They got to have a certain amount of money they set aside to give you warnings about cigarette smoking out their own money that they make. So, I mean, so when I say Arab did something, you say Arab did this terrible thing. What's so terrible about it? If some cigarette's not terrible, why would he do so terrible? Oh, I know why. Because of this right here, the skin color. You know what I mean? And I'm not the type of boy that just hype think everything racism and racist. But I see what it is. What makes one drug different from one drug if it's killing more people? You understand what I'm saying? But of course, we do it. They even trick us to thinking it's so bad. You sold crack. Oh my God, you got to get life in jail. But you selling cigarettes are killing more people than what I'm selling. Right? So when you start thinking how I think, you'll start feeling how I feel. Now, I'm not justifying none of it. What I'm saying is this. When you got a lot of things going against you, you raised a certain type of way, you're from a certain place, selling drugs is not frowned upon in your community from the people you hang around. So when you come jumping out the jet saying, you're ignorant, you can't condone, you can condone whatever you want to condone. That don't mean it's right. It's because I condone it don't mean it's right. But I'm telling you is this, I understand. I put myself in somebody else's shoes before I judge them. Like I can understand you might be a black professional, I don't know what you are. You know what I'm saying? Right? Looking at stuff like you looking your nose down at people. You know what I mean? But I'm coming from the slums where you get it by any means necessary because it's hard for you. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you like this. I used to be ignorant for real. I never went to school. I never went to high school. None of that stuff. I remember when I first read about slavery, I was 16 years old and I was in adult prison. And I had a book called Before the Mayflower and I read it and it blew my mind. And I couldn't believe it that it was true. I heard about slavery, but I thought it was like 1,000 years ago. I never knew that was so close. I never knew. And I became an avid reader about history. So you might look at me as a rapper. I might look at me, but trust me, I'm very intelligent. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. So before you start throwing insults at somebody, learn how to talk to somebody like a man. Because I don't really respond good to people talking with insults, man. Because usually people that talk tough on here is to suck in real life. I mean, never been through nothing. I mean, this is about positivity over here. This is about learning from each other. I mean, like you have an opinion, I have an opinion. We can touch ground off each other's opinions and come up with a better opinion for both of us. When you come in here talking about you ignorant and you this and you that, ignorant. And I don't even look at ignorant as a super bad word because you can be ignorant and be a genius. If nobody never taught you or never exposed you to certain things, you'll be ignorant to it. But obviously you're ignorant to the numbers. Because if you're going to diss Arab, you gotta diss the cigarette companies, you gotta diss the alcohol companies, you gotta disrespect, you gotta diss everybody. You can't just diss him. That means you're dissing your own people instead of dissing somebody that's causing you harm more than you even know because they don't say nothing about it. You do your own research and do your own thinking. When a man thinks, he live a different life. I'm not saying I'm better than somebody because I don't smoke. I just decided not to smoke because I just decided not to smoke. You mean cigarettes don't even get you high, so I never really seen the need for it. But it killed more people than everything. Second, just think about this. Not only does it kill you, it kills people around you. Secondhand smoke kills 50,000 people a year. Think about that. Now, when you say somebody poisoning in the neighborhood, wouldn't you think that's should be the most talked about poison in the neighborhood? Because they make it say like it's not even doing nothing wrong. Young people smoke. All my young boys will tell you. When they roll up a cigarette, I say, I tell them the whole history of it. They don't even want to smoke around me. So when you talk about poison in the neighborhood, know what you're talking about. Peace and love, Oschino.